Hey guys, Force here from the Mine Crew, and today I am making a mod review. If you haven't seen from the title, it is the Dead Island mod or the Dead Minecraft mod. The creator calls it Dead Minecraft, but everyone should know it's a Dead Island. So it adds 6 new mobs. I'm pretty sure. Around 40 new weapons and items, and a new block that we'll get into later, and also a furnace recipe, or a new cooking recipe that we'll also get into later. So I want to showcase all the weapons. So for the knife category, there is the sturdy homemade knife, the strong military knife, the steel tonto, a devastating cleaver, a light diving knife, a cane knife, a flimsy homemade iron knife, and a dual blade steel cleaver. So I'm gonna show you all how strong each weapon is. The sturdy homemade steel knife does around 6 hearts of damage. The strong military knife does 10 damage. The steel tonto does 6 damage. The devastating cleaver does 7 damage. The light diving knife does 6 damage. The cane knife does 11 damage. The flimsy homemade iron knife does 4 damage, and the dual-bladed steel cleaver does 14. Now, these are not their exact. Sometimes they can be a little stronger, and sometimes they can be a little weaker. But those are around the same. So, we also, for the bladed weapons, we have the sturdy iron sickle, the strong steel sickle, the iron katana, the electric katana, the heavy metal machete, the electric machete, the flimsy iron axe, and the universal axe. Now each weapon, of course, has its own damage, has its own properties. So, sorry about that. The universal axe does 7 damage, or around 7 damage. The flimsy iron axe does around 5. The electric machete does around 17 damage, and it also lights the zombie on fire. The heavy metal machete does 18 damage. We're going to save the electric katana for last. The iron katana does 14 damage. The strong steel sickle does 12 damage, and the sturdy iron sickle does around 8. Now for the electric katana, it does 19 damage, and it lights a zombie on fire. That is strong, in my opinion. So now that you've seen all the bladed weapons, we're gonna get into the blunt weapons. We have the flimsy fence plank, the nailed fence plank, the weak wooden baseball bat, the nailed wooden baseball bat, the sturdy iron wrench, the heavy steel wrench, the wooden paddle, and the heavy trusty sledgehammer. The flimsy plank does 1 damage. It's really weak. You're gonna have to, or it does around 1 damage. It mostly does 2, and it breaks super easy. The nailed fence plank does around 6 damage. The weak wooden baseball bat does around 2, again weak. The nailed wooden baseball bat does around 8. The sturdy iron wrench does around 5. This heavy steel wrench does around 8. The wooden paddle does around 5 damage, and the heavy trusty sledgehammer does around 11. So they might not be the strongest weapons, but they definitely do pack a punch in zombies. So for other blunt weapons, we have the flimsy wooden mace, the sturdy iron mace, the heavy steel mace, the iron crowbar, and the heavy steel crowbar. Now, the heavy steel crowbar and the iron crowbar are really important for this mod, and I'll show you why in a little bit. But for the flimsy wooden mace, does around 5 damage. The sturdy iron mace does around 9. The heavy steel mace does around 11. The crowbars, or the iron crowbar, does around 3, and the heavy steel crowbar does around 6. Now, of course, that one does 5, and that one's 6. Each weapon can be different. We do not want it nighttime yet. Not for what we're doing. Okay, these blocks are wooden crates. Now you'll find them randomly generated in the world, like out there. You can just see them kind of everywhere. If you right click on them, it says I'm going to need a steel crowbar to open this. And that's where these come in handy. If you have one of these, you right click on it and it will drop an item. So it gave me a sturdy iron wrench. Now of course it's a little glitchy, so I can pick all these up, but there will be a copy of them. Again, it's a little glitchy, but you know, it's still in beta. And that's for the blunt. Each weapon is different in its own way. Some weapons have the same damage, and these weapons aren't really here. Just, you know, it's a glitch. It's new. And these are the ranged and random weapons and items. Now there aren't any crafting recipes yet, but I'm pretty sure the steel dust, the steel ingot, the iron nails, the sharp steel blade, the battery, the steel spike, the iron blade, and the iron wire are going to be used to make different weapons. It seems like that would be useful in a lot of things, but right now they have no use. As for these, you have the trusty pistol, the gold bullet, and we have some grenades. Now I'm not going to throw the grenade here because this is my mod showcase area, but I will show you the pistol. The pistol, if you hold down your right click, it will kind of aim like a bow, and then you shoot. That did a lot of damage. If you saw that, look at if you can see the zombie has 20 out of 20 health, negative 119. These things do at least 100 damage. That was 13. So if you watch, they pack a huge punch on zombies. Now for the grenade, of course, everyone knows what a grenade should do. You hold down your right click. You chuck it. Now they won't blow up. Some things they won't blow up. For example, they won't blow up cobblestone. Oh yes, they will. I'm not. It's kind of it depends on how. Sometimes they're weaker than others. For example, if I just get unlimited grenades and I guess that didn't work. But so sometimes it destroys cobblestone, but not very easily. So that's for the ranged weapons. Okay, for the next thing I want to review in this is they add a lot of structures. If you can see out in the world, there's just stuff everywhere. Basically what they're just old ruined buildings and stuff. And inside the buildings you'll just find like an old reckoning, and sometimes you'll find chests. But you want to be careful with chests because there could be TNT under them, like that one. A trap chest. Same with this one. But always when they blow up there'll be a chest under. So once you've hit a trap, make sure you go back down in that hole and you take your supplies. Okay. Now I will get back to the building and I'll show you the furnace recipes. Alright, now that we're back at our mod showcase area, I can show you the furnace recipe. Now, there's only one thing, and I'm pretty sure you can already tell what it is. Normally when you kill a zombie, they drop this, rotten flesh. Now, it's annoying because when you eat it, you gain a little hunger, but you also you lose a lot of hunger, so it's not really worth it. Basically, whenever someone gets milk, they either feed it to their dog, or if you have milk on you, you know, you can drink some milk to help you out, but it's not always the best thing, because you might not find cows. So, if you put rotten flesh in the furnace, it will cook down into a yummy, very, very yummy lean cuisine, cooked rotten flesh. And what these do is if you eat them, it doesn't take away your, doesn't do the hunger thing. And if I'm correct, right, let me just jump around a little. I think it does around, maybe 3, if I'm not mistaken. I might be wrong, but, that's all I know for sure. And that about does it for the, items and stuff. So, I'll meet you guys at my secret lab, where we'll be testing out all the new infected. Okay, now that we're at my my lab, where nothing can get through this glass, we're going to show off our zombies. Of course, there are 6 of them. 6 new infected zombies. The first is obviously the most loved Walker. Now, to make sure we don't get killed, I'm going to throw a Walker in there. And through this little slot, I'm going to put in a villager. And watch as the Walker slowly rapes that villager. Run, villager, run! Ooh. And those are your everyday walkers that you just see on the beach. Pretty easy to kill. Easy to... Oh god. Fart. Okay, like I was saying, they're easy to take on when it's 1 versus 1, of course. But when they're in the horde like this, it gets a little challenging to kill them off if you don't have the right weapons. Of course, because some of them are just very OP. Or they're not OP in general, but if they're in a group of maybe 5 or 6, you're gonna die. No doubt about it. And sometimes they'll drop an iron ingot, just like the normal zombies. And, the next zombie on our list is the infected. They're basically like, they're like zombies, but, it's like, maybe a faster version of a zombie. As you can see, he has 10 more health. And, they don't attack villagers, apparently. Maybe if I went in creative mode. No, I think, let me just try something. Okay, they will go after villagers. Okay. Of course, they're, pretty strong. Oh god. They do around 3 hearts per damage, I think. Let me just 2.5. 2.5 hearts damage. Not that strong compared to some zombies, but again, find them in a group, they'll pack a punch. And the next zombie is the Thug. Now the Thug is like a big beefy version of a normal zombie. Now if I just throw in some villagers and I go into creative mode, now of course the Thug is just gonna almost one-hit everything. Of course, for our sake, we're gonna have to put diamond armor on just to get in there and challenge this thing. Okay, with full diamond armor, they do that much. 55 health, not that strong, but they can do around 9 hearts of damage without the armor on. Again, you won't really find them in groups of 2. You could sometimes, but not really. The next zombie on our list is the Butcher. The Butcher has blades on his hands, and he has around 75 health. If I just run, children, run! There you go. Again, just owns them all. Stop hiding, children. So if we just get in there, see, look at that. He's very strong with and if they will run around, catch you on fire if they're on fire. So pretty strong zombies, in my opinion. Not the strongest on our list, but definitely Pack-a-Punch. The next on our list is a Suicider. Now these things, I think you can already tell what these things are gonna do. Now these guys will just, they'll blow up. See, they won't even give you a warning. They'll just blow up. Again, wait, let's just go over here. See, they don't even hit, they hiss, look. They go, and they blow up. So, if you get caught from behind with all those guys, you're dead meat. And, for our last zombie, the ram, I'm gonna wanna get out. I wanna get in an open area because these things are deadly! Ah! They're huge! And they're fast! And they're just overall very strong. So if we can get a close up on these guys. Oh god. There you go. See, they're pretty stupid, but they break doors down, like, they break them down fast. My, so if I get into survival, I spawn 2 of them in. There's no way I'm gonna beat these guys. Rams, they're like tanks from Left 4 Dead. They're big, they're strong, and they're just overall deadly. Now, of course, you're gonna get raped if you fight around 2 or 3 of these guys. No, I'm smart. Oh, not smart enough though. Alright, let's just... Okay, we got a sledgehammer. Let's go back there and finish off these rams. If I can find the village. Alright, I don't think I'm gonna find the village, so I'm gonna end it here because there's nothing else I can review except wait, actually there is something I can review, and it's a little quick thing. It's with the knives. You can throw knives. But you will lose them. So if you do end up trying to throw, oh, I have unlimited on, but see, you throw it, you will. Well, this is an iron blade. But that's all for this mod review. So if you like it, you could leave a like in the description. And oh wait, actually I could get my fight right here. These butchers leave me alone. Bring it on. Oh! I got killed by a suicider. Oh, that's a thug. Let's handle this. No, you can't. No. You can't handle a thug by yourself. It's just common sense. As you can see, they spawn in numbers. It's not just gonna be 2 or 3. There's butchers, there's rams, there's everything. They spawn in big groups of zombies. So if you're walking, maybe you'll see 2 or 3 zombies, but you'll mostly find them in a big group. And example, there's a suicider, and I was killed by a thug. So I hope you guys liked this. I hope you guys liked this video because it took me a while to set it all up because I was getting a lot of trouble with the installation. But I will put them all in the description. So hope you guys liked it, and I'll see you guys next time.